What's going on, you guys? It's been a hot minute since I posted on my YouTube channel, and thank you to everybody who keeps asking me to post more because I need to start doing it more. But this is just a little video on something that I wanted y'all to know, so I hope y'all enjoy it. Let's get it. This light is blinding the frick out of me. Anyway, welcome back to the vlog channel. Today we're going to be talking about diabetes. Let's get it. I never really posted a video on this or like kind of said anything about it, but I'm going to be talking about how I found out I had diabetes. It was my 7th grade year and it was Christmas break, and over the Christmas break I was drinking a lot and I was peeing a lot. Like, I'm talking like terrible. Like, I probably went through 2 water bottles in one sitting. Like, some people drink 1 water bottle like every couple hours, whatever, but I would go through like 3 in maybe 30 minutes. So night came and I fell asleep fine, and I wake up probably 8 times, 9 times a night. That's not just like an exaggeration, that's like me saying 8 or 9 times a night. So I didn't want to tell my mom because I was scared, and I was like, I don't want you to like be scared for me, so I'm just about to just keep it in and make a man about it. Fuck it. We got back to school, and the first day I got the bus and I walk in the door and my mom goes, "Why do you look so pale?" And she goes, "Well, like, are you hungry or something?" I'm like, "Yeah, kinda, like, I just came up from school." And she goes, "Okay, well, let me make you a milkshake." I was like, "Alright, sweet." And it was chocolate too. Oh shoot. She makes me a milkshake, and my grandmother's a diabetic, so she called my grandmother and was like, "On the way home from work, can you stop and pick up Logan to check his blood sugar?" She goes, "Yeah, why not?" And so I downed the milkshake 'cause, like I said, I was thirsty, so I was like, gone. My grandmother stopped by, picked me up. I got in the car, went to her house, and as soon as I walked in the door, she's like freaking out. She's like, "Here, check your blood sugar, check your blood sugar." I'm like, "Okay." So she pulls out all her stuff. She's a diabetic actually, as well, and so is my grandfather. She checks it fine. She pulls out the test strip, the prick at me jiggy, and she goes, "Okay, just wait for it to count down, because when you check your blood sugar, it counts down from like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it tells you." So I'm sitting there like waiting for him, like, what's supposed to happen? She goes, "Just wait until it's on count." I'm like, "Alright." So she had to do it because I was scared to. It counted down from 5, and it got down to 0, and it said high. And I don't know if y'all know how these things work, but they only go so high. So it will probably tell you your blood sugar is 200, 300, 400, 500, and after 600, it would just say high. So, and I didn't know that back then, so I'm just thinking it's high, so I'm like, okay, what does that mean? And she starts freaking out. She's like, "Call your mom, tell her that we're going to the hospital." And I'm like, okay. So I did, and she came over to my grandmother's house, and as she was on the way, my grandmother told me to look up type 1 diabetes. I'm like, alright. Look it up, and I start bawling because I see all this stuff about like cancer and dying, and so I'm bawling. I can't even read my phone. I'm bawling my eyes out hard. And my mom gets there, and we get in the car. We speed to Novant, I think, first, and then I was transported over to Baptist because I don't know why they transported me, but they transported me and I got right in. Like, they checked me in and I went straight to the back. They hooked me up with all this stuff. They put like IVs in my arms, and they kind of just said, "Just wait for your blood work to come back." And they took like a ton of blood from me. Like, I'm sitting there like I'm about to pass out because I have no more blood in my system. After like 6 hours of waiting, no, it wasn't even that long. It was like 2 hours. They finally came back and was like, "Yeah, you have type 1 diabetes." So I'm like, what does that mean? And they kind of just sit there and like explained to me what it was for like 20 minutes, and just like the look on my mom's face and my grandmother's face, it's just kind of like terrible. And after that, they flushed me out with like saline, insulin, and they kept me in for a week because I was that bad. And they said that if I didn't come in earlier, I probably would have died. Like at first, I didn't really know how to respond to it because like who does? Like if you don't know anything about it, how do you know what to expect? I kind of just like sat there with this gown on and all these things in my arm, like the heart thing, I forgot the EKG, whatever it's called. They put it on my chest, and they did a lot of blood work because they just want to make sure everything's good. And I kind of just like took it as okay, this is about to just go away, and in a couple of days we're straight. Nah, this should stick with me my whole life. They came in for a week, and every night they'd come in 12 o'clock in the morning, check my blood sugar, make sure everything was good. After a week, they were just like, you can go. They made sure I had everything. They made sure I was like okay to leave. Like they asked me like, are you sure you don't want to stay any longer? I was like, nah, I've been here for a week. I can barely sleep in this effing bed they put me in. Like I hate sleeping in a hospital. I don't sleep in a hospital. I will lay back as long as you want me to, but I will not fall asleep. I don't know why. I just can't. So I ate their food. Their eggs, that was my favorite thing, the eggs and cheese. Dog, I would smack that shit. I get like 3 orders because they come in plates like this big. So I mean, like, how can you not eat that much? So I got 3 orders of that, a thing of fruit every single day. After that, it kind of did change my life. I was a 7th grader. I didn't really do anything. I just went to school, went home, and that's all I did, really. After that, I kind of get used to it, and I just learned to live with it. And every day, I would have to take a shot every time I ate. Like, I would have to go anywhere, and everywhere I went, I would have to check my blood sugar first, count the carbs, write them down, write down my blood sugar, and then give myself insulin with a shot. I mean, I was kind of scared to do all that in public because I was like, I don't want anybody thinking me weird or like give me these like dirty looks, whatever. But after a while, I just said, I don't really care what y'all think, and I just kind of don't. I really didn't care after a while. So then after I got off the shots, so once you get diagnosed, you have to wait 6 months to get a pump, and I have one. This bad boy. This thing is a lifesaver. I don't know who invented this. Hold up, I'm gonna look them up. Okay, so apparently there's like 437 people who made it. I was gonna give like a shout out to the one person who made it, but never mind. So I don't feel like naming all those people. People always ask me like, does it change my life? And it did for like a couple months, but after a while, I just kind of get used to it. And every night I would have to. Okay, so there's 2 types of insulin. Well, there's a lot of types of insulin, but I was taking Humalog, and at nighttime I would take this insulin called Lantus. And Humalog is like a fast reacting, so like if you eat, that's what you take. But Lantus, it kind of like releases slowly, so I'll have to take that at nighttime because you can't just wake up and give yourself a shot every hour because it's stupid. So they invented this type of insulin, and it's called Lantus, and you give it to yourself at nighttime, and it will last you all night. So you wake up, your blood sugar is good or straight. And that one hurt the worst because you had to give yourself like I gave myself 33 units, and that's kind of a lot for insulin at one time. So it kind of hurt sometimes, but like my dad would always give it to me or my mom, and after a while I did it by myself. I'm not the type of person that lets my disease like control who I am at a certain extent, because I'm not the person that says, oh, I can't go do this because I have this, or I can't eat this because of this. I'm not like that because I learned to live my life like, not like other people, but I learned to live my life how I want to live it, if that makes sense. But in the same way, I still have to like watch what I do and eat, obviously, but there's some boundaries where you can kind of like cross over them, sometimes you can't. That's kind of like my story, but if y'all want to know anything or ask me something, just ask me. In school, I mean, like, everybody at Reagan knows I have it. So, I mean, if you want to ask me something, just ask me. I don't really care. If y'all have any questions, like I said, ask me. That's really it for this video because I don't have anything else to say. If y'all want me to do like a life in the day, well, whatever they're called, just let me know because I'll do it. I don't really care. I hope you liked this video. If you did, like, share it, tell your friends, whatever. But, yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.